everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Paul Richards here with some really exciting guests. Today we're talking about the Susquehanna Valley CASA and our new donation program where they're helping out children in need. And we're going to introduce you to their program director and talk a little bit about what they do and why it's so special. As you guys know, every Friday we donate to charity, and just by clicking the like button, the subscribe button, or leaving a comment, you will be adding to that donation so we can have everybody participating. So we're inviting the Susquehanna Valley CASA today, Voices for Children, and we're going to talk a little bit about how they give a child a voice and how the court-appointed special advocates really do a great job for our community. They really help these children get adoptions, and they're having a 5K run in September we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about what they do on a day-to-day basis and end the show with a $10,000 donation to charity. So it's going to be really cool. For those of you who don't know, our donation charity program works as such. Every single Friday we donate to charity starting with $20, and we add a dollar for every like, $2 for a comment. So comment below. Let us know how this makes you feel. Let us know if you have charities in your area that you work with. And then finally, $3 for every subscriber that we get, because that allows us to stay in touch with everyone. It's really the best thing. So if we hit our $50 donation goal, we will match the donation up to $250. So it's really important for everybody to go out there, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and help us get to our $50 goal so we can have this matched. Really quickly, I wanted to show, every Friday we're going to show our log of what we have actually donated. We've donated over $10,000, so it's $10,146 so far. We're really proud of that. And I really briefly want to go over this month's show schedule before we get started. So next Friday, September 2nd, we are going to be interviewing DeCast, the CEO of DeCast, Stefan Rowland. So I'm excited to have him. September 9th, we're going to look at Matrox LCS, which is a new streaming appliance from the company in Canada. September 16th, we're going to be talking about houses of worship and how churchstreaming.tv is creating a really great way for amazing churches and houses of worship to spread their important message in the world. That will be September 16th, right before the WFX show, which is the world's largest worship facility expo, which we will be exhibiting at. The 23rd, September 23rd, we're going to be talking with Marty McFadden, who is a ESPN announcer, and he is going to a video conference in Leipzig, Germany. And he's going to be bringing one of our PTZOptics cameras with him to host the show there. So that's going to be really great. So that is our upcoming show and information. Finally, I just wanted to thank everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're hitting over 25,000 views a month, and it's just been great. We've received great accolades from everyone out there, so thank you all for being part of it. Now I'd like to introduce you to our guests. How are you doing, Yvonne?
Good. How are you?
Very good. And let me put you on the full screen here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves over there, guys, and let us know a little bit about what you guys do.
Okay. My name is Yvonne Heatley. I am the director of Susquehanna Valley CASA, Voices for Children. We're a nonprofit organization geared and run basically by volunteers that go out into the community. They're appointed by a judge. We match them with a child in the court system, and they then befriend that child, investigate that child's life, and be able to report back to the court their findings and what we feel would be in their best interest to get them out of the court system as quickly as possible.
And Corey, I see you're there with Yvonne here. And Corey, you're the board member manager there?
Good afternoon. Yes, Corey Mowry, and I currently serve as the director of the board, president of the board of directors.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. I just have a couple questions because a lot of people don't know who you guys are. And I guess until this week, you didn't even have a YouTube channel, so it's something that we're going to help you change and hopefully help a lot more people get to know you. Tell us about your mission first. You know, what are you guys striving to do day in and day out?
Our goal is, and definitely our mission is to befriend children, to become their voice, because children in the court system that have been abused, neglected, all kinds of abuse is what we see. We see very severe cases that have been through children and youth, have failed to come to a decent conclusion in a timely manner. They come into the court system and they are basically helpless and vulnerable. Our volunteers are matched with a child very specifically, and we work very, very hard to be able to know what's going on with that child and report back to the judge what our findings are in that child's best interest. Our goal is to be able to get that child out of the court system into a permanent home, whether that be their own home when their parents can improve their situation, or whether it be a different home with a family member or an adoptive home. These children need to be out of the system as quickly as possible, and our volunteers help shrink that time in the court system significantly, an average of 7 months less in the court system when they have a volunteer by their side.
That's amazing. What a great cause. So we'll just keep going here. I mean, obviously it's a great cause. I'm seeing people in the chat room now saying that this is an amazing cause. It's really touching what you guys are doing. Tell us how people can donate to you. Do you have an ability to do that right on your website? How does that whole donation program work?
Yes, we do have a website, and we also have a Facebook page, and there is donation buttons on both of them. They can directly donate through PayPal. They can, if they use the regular mail system, they can always send us a donation as well. And our mailing address is also on the website and on the Facebook page.
Wonderful. Okay, and still 22 seconds left on this topic. I don't know if you want to chime in there, Corey, on anything, or just go right to the next topic.
Sure. We serve Susquehanna Valley CASA serves children in Lycoming, Snyder, Union, and Northumberland counties. So 4-county region, and two other ways that we could you can support our cause is we do have that upcoming 5K on September 17th. That is in Lewisburg at the Buffalo Valley Recreation Authority, St. Mary's Park, and on November 3rd we have our annual gala. Those are our two major fundraisers that we put on each year.
Wonderful. All right, let's keep rolling. We're definitely going to mention that, and I have some pictures that Yvonne sent me that we'll look at in a second here. The big donation. Hugh, do you want to chime in here and talk a little bit about this $10,000 donation?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Hugh Richards, owner of Haverford Systems, one of our companies being PTZOptics, and you're watching that channel live now. Haverford Systems is a big supporter of CASA. First of all, I personally am a CASA court-appointed special advocate, and I advocate for 2 children that are in the system. And it's a tough case, but it makes a big difference. So really do appreciate having the chance to raise awareness, and hope that anybody that's watching does take an interest and learns more about us, and hopefully in some way tries to help. If it were to volunteer or help some way, or to donate, we would really appreciate that. We are a very successful business, and we feel like we need to give back to the people out there in the world that are helping, and that they need our help financially, and they're taking all their time to help these kids that really, really, really need the help. These kids are they're taken away from their families for no fault of their own. They're thrust into a court system and into foster care. Everything that they know and love is just missing overnight. These children, in many cases, are swept away from their home with no notice. They literally just don't know. And so you can imagine that feeling and where they stand. So our job, if we do it well as CASA, is to reunite them with their families if that's possible, or to get them into a good foster home. And no matter what, as a CASA, we stick with those kids. We stay with them. We comfort them. We mentor them. We listen to them, figure out their needs. This is a program that definitely needs your support, and it's worthwhile. And the other thing that's really important about it is that this is not a cause where when you send your money to it, it's going into a lot of administrative costs or overhead or expenses. These organizations live bare bones. They don't have a lot of frills. they live off of it. They're very cautious about their spending, and your money really, when it's given, goes 100% to the cause, which is the children. So we're glad to be able to support it. We think it's a very important cause, and we really look forward to doing as much as we possibly can. Hope you will too.
Well, thank you for that. You went way over your 60 seconds, but it's okay. We're going to talk about the charity program now, and I'm going to pull it up full screen here. This is something that I think is really kind of going to embody more than just a check. What we're trying to do here. So obviously, as you know, we're trying to get people involved, and every single Friday we are offering charity and donations. But what we have built up here is a community engagement starter kit. And I am going to go ahead and read this off. First of all, we're going to provide a job description for volunteers so that we can help people understand what they need to do to use social media, use live streaming, use video production to reach a larger audience, and remember to use that call to action for getting donations. I think a lot of the problems with getting donations is that maybe they're just not asking about it. And I don't fault Susquehanna Valley at all for not having a YouTube channel before we talk to them, but I think that this program is going to really help that. We also have a training program where we have free tutorials on how to use YouTube, how to use YouTube live streaming, so you can live stream your events. I'm sure you have public meetings, and there's people all around the world that want to help you, but they just don't know you're there. So we're going to help you with that. Video assets, we're going to have an achievable goal list to help an intern out and help him get on a right schedule. A content creation schedule. Now this is ambitious, but we want to be ambitious to really help you guys get to the next place. And then we also have a internship opportunity, and I don't know if the next slide here is about the intern. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, Yvonne. But there is going to be an intern as part of this as well that's going to be helping to get all of this stuff done in order to provide long-term donation support and really increase that community gathering opportunity.
Absolutely, and from what I understand from Hugh, this is the most exciting part of our journey so far. And actually, my son will be taking on this role. He has a very large interest in media, in social media, and will be working very closely with Susquehanna Valley CASA to get our word out. He's already exploding with ideas, and so the goals that have been set out by Hugh, I know that we will encompass them and really go for it, because we're very excited about this opportunity, as well as being very grateful.
Okay, and we have a couple seconds here. I wanted to show a couple of the pictures that you sent me. Can you just kind of walk us through these pictures and kind of
Sure. This mom and her daughter are part of our success story. They were in the system for several years, and their CASA volunteer actually is still in contact with them. As a matter of fact, I just had an email from her yesterday that mom still has some struggles in her life, and she's lost her mom, who was her basic support system. And so my volunteer has continued to be in these children's lives, and for absolute sure it's made all the difference in them continuing to be successful.
Here's another picture here. I'm guessing this is from your office?
Yes, these are, if I can see correctly with my glasses, I think these are our children, our cardboard children that we take around with us. They are basically just symbols of what CASA is, and the fact that we are dealing with real children across the country that are in need and that need our help. They're in very vulnerable positions, and they, very many of them grow up and continue to be in contact with their CASA volunteer forever.
One more picture that you sent me here, the Brown family.
I love this family. These two women, these two parents took in 3 of our CASA children. They had already adopted another child, and so they now have 2 boys and 2 girls. The girls were in our system in Lycoming County for over 3 years. It was really very much a struggle, and their brother was found within the Family Find System of Children and Youth, and he was then brought to a different county that we also advocate for in Union County. the 3 of them were brought into the same adoptive parent, so they continue to be together as kinship. And so it's, to me, one of our more remarkable success stories of adoptive families, and they are just phenomenal parents.
Wow. Well, that is great to see that. We have a couple more minutes here. Well, actually 5 minutes, surprisingly, until we'll go to our question and answer. So hold your questions, everybody. It looks like they can't comment until the live stream is over, so we might have to change that slide. Upcoming events. I saw you have a 5K run, and this is what live streaming is all about, creating videos, letting people know about your opportunity. I don't want to take too much time, but 1 billion people use YouTube. 1/3 of all internet traffic is on YouTube. It's the second largest search engine, and Google owns them. So if you put your 5K run in September on YouTube, you have a high likelihood that someone's going to find you through Google or through YouTube. Let's talk about using this technology. So how can we tell people about this upcoming event?
Corey? Sure. This is our second annual 5K. Last year, as the inaugural event, we had around 260 people, which we were very pleased with. We were looking to increase those numbers for a second year, continue to build what was a great event. And we have it. The theme is superheroes, with the idea being all kids need heroes. Abused, neglected children that we are serving, they need superheroes. So it is a lot of fun. We encourage kids to come, whole family. It is something you can dress up for. Last year, I was surprised by the turnout of people that dressed up. We did not promote that hard, but the enthusiasm and support we got from all kind of people dressed up as different superheroes was very exciting, and really made the event a lot of fun. Even if you're a serious racer, we had some serious racers there as well. So it's one of those events that caters to the serious, to the amateur racers, and the course is flat. If you're looking for something that's not too much of a challenge, it's going to be located at the Lewisburg Park, where the pool is, Buffalo Valley Recreation Authority. It will encompass the trail around the park, and it will include some of the roads in town and the Buffalo Valley Rail Trail. So it should be a very exciting event. We also have a kids fun run that is immediately before the race. That starts at 8:45, with the actual 5K starting at 9 a.m.
Wonderful. Well, that's a great way. It seems great. I hope I would encourage people to go to that. We have about 2 minutes left, and I'm going to give you the last question here. Tell us about the future. What plans do you have in the future? Then we'll roll the credits, and just hang on with me for a couple more minutes. We're going to allow the chat room here to ask questions, and we'll have a little question and answer. Tell us about the future.
Well, I actually want to start with we currently have one full-time case manager in Lycoming County. We have a part-time case manager that is for Snyder Union, and I'm sorry, a part-time for Lycoming County, a full-time case manager in Northumberland County. And they're required by the number of children we serve. We have to meet national standards. And at this point, in order to bring on more volunteers and to serve more children, we're getting to the point where we need to increase the part-time case managers to full-time. We could even use an additional case manager down in Northumberland County. And the way we get involved is through the judge. Actually reaches out to us and asks us to assign a volunteer if we have one available. So in order for us to continue to increase the number of volunteers, increase the number of children that we're serving, it does require us to grow, not just with volunteers, but also from a staffing point of view. And so that brings with it the additional need for funding. It's exciting that we currently have more active volunteers than ever before. We have more children being served than ever before. And the challenge that we're trying to meet is twofold. One, there's been change in the laws. A lot of people, you've heard a lot about the Sandusky horror, and that did cause implementation of change in the laws of mandatory reporting. So with that, caused a flood of new children entering the system, and even more so, a need for us to serve those increased numbers that are entering into the court system. And as a flip side, we have to raise additional funds to continue to serve our mission. We, unlike children and youth, they have a caseload that it would include many children, and they work incredibly hard, but they simply don't have the resources. The difference for us is we assign one volunteer to one child or a sibling set, so they are able to give a ton of focus and attention to the children, not just children, but everybody who's important in the children's life, from educators to healthcare providers, family members, to clergy, whoever's important in that kid's life, and then they can report that full story back to the court, which the court finds incredibly helpful and enlightening in order for the court to then be in a position to make the best decisions for that child.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds great. I'm going to roll the credits. Hold on, everybody. We're going to do a question and answer, so I'll see you guys in a moment.